What's up, guys? Glitcher. Back at it again with some more videos. Different game, same developer. I think the real marvel here is that I'm actually going out of my way to make a second video within 6 months of my last one. But we got a pretty cool idea, which you may have noticed by the title, is my wish list for the next Titanfall game, or Titanfall 3. Because, based on what the developers have said on Twitter, Apex Legends is not the next Titanfall. There will still be another Titanfall game in the mix to satisfy EA's earnings, or whatever reasons. But still, I'm happy to see that there's going to be another Titanfall game. So I actually wrote down a lot of notes for this, because it took me a couple of days to put together. That being, the first thing I wrote down was that they should just re-release Titanfall 2 exactly the same way, just with a decent release date, and then see how it sticks, and it'll probably be 10 times better than it did. But yeah, that aside, one of the big things that I want to make sure that carries over from Titanfall 2, Titanfall 3, or whatever they decide to call it, is the engine. I know that the source engine is really outdated, but there's a lot of cool mechanics that are in the source engine for movement. You notice these in TF2, CSGO, even in Apex Legends, bunny hopping is a thing, which is crazy. So I want to see, when they make their own Titanfall engine, or they use a different engine, I want to see a lot of those little, I guess, gimmicks from the source engine carry over. That's like one of the most important things to me about the movement in the game, is that it runs off the source engine, which is just, I don't know, it's one of those things that, like, you don't always notice it, but when you see, like, once you start getting into the nitty gritty of the movement, it's like, I fucking love it. But that aside, they do need a better engine if they want to stay up to date with graphics and such. So let's get on to some more gameplay things. We're gonna pull one straight out of Apex Legends, and that being the hop-ups, or if you play Call of Duty, operator mods. Those being like these extra unlocks that change the way a weapon behaves, like taking the Peacekeeper and giving it the ability to charge up shots, or making it so that Devotion doesn't need to charge up as much. How you would balance this in gameplay, in an arena shooter like Titanfall, my idea: don't allow any other attachments, and you get just that mod. Sure, that would be kind of insane for others, like the Devotion, but who knows? Maybe we'll get some cool stuff out of it. But either way, I think it would be fun for gameplay progression and such. And moving on to my next point, that being challenges. I recently did reinstall Titanfall 2 again, so that I could go back and get some footage for this video, A, and B, just so I could, like, look back and see exactly what I wanted out of it. And what I realized is that the progression system in that game is fucking perfect. Like, the leveling up based on merits and not just blatant XP bullshit grind. You actually feel like you're able to make progress. And with the clan system, there's so many quality of life things in the game. Like Respawn is great at making a game that the player wants to be in. But my one thing is that I want more challenges. Like, I hate to give praise to Call of Duty, but still, the 100%er challenge in Black Ops, that's fun as hell. Like, I'm nowhere near it, but it's satisfying to see the progress and to have those, like, work towards it. Whereas in Titanfall, a lot of the challenges and rewards are just kind of like level up this again, level it up again, level it up again, which is cool, but not as in-depth and interesting as like I got one thing, there's top score like 5 times, and you got the pro little tag, and I'm like, great, what else could I use? And there's pretty much nothing besides, your regenerations. So I want to see more rewards and more challenges, more rewards based off of challenges is a big thing for me, because that just kind of keeps you wanting to play through the gameplay. Um, and that being tied in, executions for Titans. I think that would be cool to have that, similar to how there were the executions for pilots and such. I think it'd be cool if we had like basically that, but for the individual Titans as well. I think that'd be pretty awesome. But I feel like those would be a little bit better as like a level up reward rather than a like and a challenge reward, but also a level up reward. I want to see wall climbing. Honestly, I want to see if they can make wall climbing, like clambering work, like they have in Apex Legends, and also have wall running. If they could find a way to work both those in the same game, I think that'd be pretty fucking awesome. It would allow some really cool stuff. I mean, basically everyone would be original Genji from Overwatch, would be fucking awesome. But I mean, if they could do that, pull that off, where you can balance wall running and wall climbing, that'd be awesome. I don't know how hard that would be. So, why not? Now, sorry. So I got 3 more points. Well, 4. And they all are kind of the same thing, just in different ways. And the first point is I want to see some wacky ass maps. I want to see a map in space. I want to see different dimensions, like affecting cars. That mission from Titanfall 2. I want to see like more stuff that goes on in the maps. Like low gravity in Titanfall would be fucking nutty as hell. And there's so much cool stuff in the universe. I want to see like a just straight up phase shift. Like what if there was a map that was in the phase shift dimension, and if you were playing whatever the one that can use phase shift is the phase shift frame, then you phased into the reality, like normal reality. Like that'd be fucking awesome. I think that would be an awesome kind of map. And I think another thing that would be cool is if they incorporated the airship from Apex Legends into maps. So, not all maps, but some maps, or game modes. I think it would be awesome. Like in Bounty Hunt, if the bounty deposit was on a ship that flew around. Like if you ever look back at like old Crysis 3 footage or gameplay from the multiplayer of that, like there was be this little gunship that flew around and had turrets on it. Like I think that'd be super cool to have something like that in Titanfall minus the turrets. But what if there was like deposits or maybe a battery that spawned every few minutes? Kind of like, I think that'd be pretty cool. And this next point is I want cool game modes. Like I want them to get really into making like unique game modes, and I wrote down a bunch of game modes. Like I want to see like Super Titan versus pilots, like 4 pilots and 1 Super Titan that has like 4 levels of shields, and just fucking mows through them. But you got 4 pilots, and so you got to see like how they can interact with each other on this huge map. Or like Halo custom games like VIP or Labyrinth. If you ever played that, where you got mantises or titans running around chasing these little dudes through a labyrinth, like that'd be pretty freaking cool. But I think this next point is I just want custom games, period. Like all those awesome game modes, like I don't care if those make it in the game. I want custom games. I think having custom games in a game like Titanfall would be pretty freaking insane. With like the crazy stuff you could do just by having a Titan as an extra element. Like I remember looking recently. I remembered a game called Nosgoth, which some of you may remember. It was a game that came out a few years ago, lived for a bit, but was shut down because it just wasn't making enough money for Square Enix. It was based on the Legacy of Kain universe. There's a whole bunch of bullshit that you can look into it for, but it was a gameplay where it was like superpower monsters, or vampires in that case, versus vampire hunters. And that's cool. It's like some Alien versus Predator level shit, and I think that would be awesome. And I feel like the Titans are like a free pass to that kind of gameplay, which we haven't seen in fucking forever. I feel like there's so much more opportunities that we can see in just game modes, period, with the way Titans and pilots interact, and with how awesome the Titanfall universe is. I think we should see, and I really hope we do see some really nutty maps where developers start getting like really into like what they're doing, because like the set pieces are fucking beautiful, but I want to see some crazy gimmicks. Like, I want this shit to sell consoles. I don't know what I'm going on about, bro, but I don't know. I just wrote down a bunch of stuff while I was at work, and I don't know. I just think this would be like some really cool things to have. Because honestly, like the gameplay and the quality of life in the Titanfall games is so watertight and awesome. But I've never really found myself wanting more out of the games other than challenges, but the gameplay satisfies me enough to not need challenges. So I just want to see like them take what they already have and just, they don't need to change anything about it, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. They don't need to change anything about their gameplay loop. I just want to see more expansion around gamey aspects of it, like maps and game modes and challenges. Those are my three big things, and I know I listed more than three, but you know, hop-ups and other things as well. There's just a lot I think they can do, and I'm really excited to see what they do. Because, and a big thing I hope is, I really hope Titanfall 3 makes it. Because Titanfall 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. I don't know where it places on my list, but it's up there. It's at least top 10, if not top 5. And I love playing it, but the thing that sucked is that the player base, on PC at least, was always really low. And so queuing for games, especially after they stopped doing updates as much, was kind of a drag. So I just really hope that this next Titanfall game can deliver the way people want, and can deliver and can keep players interested. Hopefully through things like challenges and interesting game modes. And hell, if we can get custom games in a AAA game like Titanfall, then who knows? Maybe we'll start seeing more custom games in other games, and it won't just be a Halo exclusive. Even though it's not a Halo exclusive, the rest of the industry treats it like it is. But either way, I'm getting off track. But either way, I think I've made more points. Thanks for watching. I feel like I did a pretty good job this time of staying on a track. Although I did completely lose it near the end there for the last couple minutes. But either way, thank you so much for watching to the end. I really hope you enjoyed the gameplay footage in the background, as lackluster Titanfall footage it may be, or hell, even if there's Apex Legends gameplay in there. I don't know. I record the audio first and do the editing and post, so that's a gone right there. By the way, thanks a ton for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Leave a dislike if you didn't. There's no shame, no problem. I want to hear you guys' honest feedback. So, by the way, thanks for watching. See you guys.